Good morning, everybody. This is Captain Jeff Cronk, myself, Captain Mike Taylor. We're out here to the Cape Lookout Rock Jetty. It's about 6:30 in the morning. The sun's just starting to come up. It's November 23rd today. We're going to try to catch some trout out here. It's the first one in the morning here. Throw it up there. We've been here probably about, I know we got here in the dark. We've been here probably, what, about 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Got on one of our favorite spots here. We heard of a good bite yesterday. Anyway, we're going to try to catch him up today.
We've got, Mike's got that one hit a pink pogey, 4-inch pogey. He's got a white jig head on there. Jig head probably doesn't matter so much the color, but it was still kind of dark out. And even though that's a bright pink, it's still a darker color. And we're going to be targeting them today using all kinds of soft baits, you know, Berkeley gulps, other imitation shrimp. We'll go through some of those in a few minutes here, show you guys the fishing today. We're definitely going to, throughout the day, we're going to use live mud minnows. It is, like Mike said, it's the end of November, and pretty much right now it's hard to get a hold of shrimp. I mean, pretty much they've left the backwaters. You can still purchase them up and down the coast, but they're so hard to come by. Once the shrimp get scarce, we'll switch over to live mud minnows. But mud minnows are, that's like trout candy, really good bait. So you can go to your local tackle shops in Morehead City and Swansboro. I know Dudley's carries them there. He's loaded up with mud minnows. And you probably need about, 5 or 6 dozen to get you through a day. I think Mike's got the first trout on the jetty this morning. There's about 20 boats out here already. And it'll range from a few dozen boats to 100 boats out here. The earlier the better. Move around trying to find your spot where there's a few fish biting.
There's a lot of bait. And like I say, we had a good report of some trout here the past couple of days. We're marking 53-degree water temperature, which is real good. Anywhere from that 50 to 60 degree water temperature range. And them trout, they'll bite pretty good.
We just got a freeze too. It's about 32 degrees this morning. A little chilly, not too bad though. It's been anywhere from the mid-20s at night, just to 30 degrees. So those cold snaps drop the internal waters down really quick. The ICW is down around 45 degrees or so. That quick cold snap will shove those trout right outside those inlets, and they'll ball up on any kind of structure around the inlets, the jetties here, shelly bottoms along the beach and whatnot. So, see if we can get on a good sized fish today.
I know.
Mike's got one on as I'm talking, so I got to get fishing.
It's a small one. He'll keep, but not on this boat. Berkeley power bait, natural, 4-inch shrimp.
Early in the season you're catching sheepshead. They catch a lot of sheepshead in the summertime around the jetty here. And flounders, some nice big flounders that lay around the jetty in the summertime. But pretty much the jetties really hit hard, from the fall and winter months. Catch primarily speckled trout, lots of gray trout. Last week, 2 weeks ago, they were limiting out on 2 and 3 pound gray trout in here. A lot of them. And you'll catch other stuff in here as well. You'll catch tautogs and black drum. You'll still catch some sheepshead here in November.
A little better there, isn't it?
Little. Pound and a half. Not too bad. Not the ones we're looking for yet, though.
In 1912, the North Carolina Railroad had plans to extend the railroad from Beaufort to Cape Lookout to create a port for shipping coal. The rock jetty was planned to give additional length to the Cape's western point and protection from the bite. Work started in 1914 and almost a half a mile completed before the outbreak of World War I and the project abandoned. Through the naturally occurring currents, the rock jetty extended the sand spit at the Cape's western tip by nearly a mile. The jetty runs from the Red Channel buoy in a southwesterly direction and ranges from 6 feet at the northeast end to 25 feet near the buoy.
He's got them on behind us too. They're solid. He's put one on behind us real fast. Could be every cast here. It's on. Pound and a half. Let's try to keep a running tally how many we got in here so we know.
Regulations on speckled trout is 10 per person and a 12-inch size limit. And any given day out here, there can be thousands of trout caught. I mean, we stayed here all day today. I know we'd probably catch 150 trout, but you really need to pay attention to regulations, because I almost guarantee that the man's going to be out here checking everybody today, the Marine Patrol officer. So don't want nobody getting a ticket, because you will be checked out here. See him
Way
pick
out
that
here.
up.
I seen it. It was way out here too.
Hit that thing 3 times, finally the 3rd strike. Doubled up. Sweet.
A little better fish you got there, ain't it?
Yeah.
Same.
About 2.5 pounder. These fish grow unbelievably fast. There was a friend of ours caught one tagged. He was tagged up in Virginia in Chesapeake, 12 inches in March. And when he caught him here, he was 3 pounds, 18 inches. So these fish really grow, especially these ocean fish.
That's 9 in the box. Hits the bottom, she's on.
That power bait shrimp killing them.
Destroying that power bait. Right now, it doesn't look like we need those live baits, so.
You guys can see, we hadn't had a fish yet. We caught probably 15 already, hadn't lost a fish
There's a
yet.
nice one there.
That's 3 pounder there.
Yeah, about 2 3/4 to 3. There's 13 in there. If it reaches the bottom, you don't get your strike after about 3 or 4 pops. It doesn't seem like he wants it. Oh, it's a small one. It's got that light rod. There he is.
See that thing?
There's 13 in the box. Probably have to put the mud mills up front, put the fish in the back today.
Inhaling it. Every one of them swallowing it.
Eat him. Yeah, I seen him eat him up top, dude. Your bait wasn't down all the way because I saw the flash when that fish struck at it. Yeah. That water's real clear today. You can see down. I know you can see bottom 7 foot down.
Oh, you can see it right there. You see our anchor.
Yeah, we're in about 13, 12, 13 here, and you can see bottom now.
Oh, he nailed it. He picked it up way out here. Good.
Yeah, so I just noticed. Decent fish here.
Yeah, he is. Feels the best when they thump it, doesn't it?
It does. Throw him back. That one's just a pound right there. Let him go. I think the size of the fish we're catching today, I think we'll have no problem taking home a limit of at least 1.5 pounds to 2 pounders plus.
Oh, this smaller hook doesn't get them as good.
I feel like about a 2 pounder there.
Nice head shape. Better than 2.
2.5. He was on that rock there, the biggest peak, back the other way. 17.
You gotta let the rock jetty when it's on fire. Every single cast. Throw him back. I switched up to that gold flake 4-inch shrimp. This is the natural color. Got another one here in my hand. I just caught that fish on. Doesn't seem to matter, but this bait really resembles a shrimp closely. I mean, its detail is, I think it's the best artificial shrimp on the market right now myself. 3.5 pounds, 4.
I want to turn around.
Bam. Every cast. And as you guys can see, we caught 25 so far. 25 trout, another 3-pounder right here. This is nothing but a 10-pound test fire line. I'm using a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. I think Jeff has 25. We hadn't lost a fish yet, flipping him in the boat.
I missed that thump. That was a nice thump, isn't it? We fished all around that jetty for 2 days down in Panama Beach City. Beautiful jetty. And they had the most trout like scattered everywhere over the grass flats, but you don't just sit there and wear them out anywhere, you know. We didn't catch a single trout on those jetties, and we were using 16th-ounce baits down there and stuff, you know. So we caught a lot of trout in the backwaters, but small trout. We didn't see anything over about, maybe saw a few 2 or 3 pounders, 3-pounders and stuff, but most of them you caught were about a pound. We just,
all the way out here. Look at that.
We just really figured, and maybe at one point of the year they do wear them out on their jetties. We figured it'd be solid on those jetties when we saw them. And knowing the trout that were in the backwaters there.
Get off.
He swallowed her, didn't he? Keep that mud minnow. I don't know, there might be a monster that wants that mud minnow.
Yeah.
Slow, you just move that bait. Our baits are just about sitting on the bottom, not even moving them. They're picking them up. We're not even moving our bait, we're just creeping it, just about letting it drift. Ah, I missed him. I popped him, he hit it on the, when I set her back down, he hit it. And
this whole place is trout.
Missed him.
Decent one here too, to the right.
Huh?
Decent one here.
I think he messed up my bait when he hit mine. Yeah, he knocked my bait clean off this. That one will box there. I think I might need a new bait. About 20 trout into it, they've tore that one up. I wonder if the pups are out here this year. Mike's catching those deep water fish. Dink. Don't bring him in the boat. Turn that camera off. Start showing 1st of November. They can start late October. They usually show up about, last week of October, so 1st of November. It all depends on cold snaps. The cold temperatures, real cold temperatures, pile them out. You got one directional swimmer, don't you? Yeah. You steering you?
That magic number is 60 degrees. That water temperature out here gets in the lower 60s. It's really 60 to 55 is the best. Today it's probably 54 by now. I mean, you see them. And when that water temperature drops below 50, the bite really gets slow on the artificial, and you're definitely going to have to go to the mud minnows or live shrimp presentation.
A decent one, 3 pounds there at Wellcraft.
We had a break in the action there for a while. We had some boaters come in here and drop their anchor just behind us about 3 or 4 times, and it pushed our whole school of fish down the jetty there. It's quieted down here for about 20 minutes, and now some fish are starting to move back here. This place can be aggravating. You're going to get aggravated if you come to the rock jetty. It's a given.
It's a different type of place. It's so well known. You have every every like level of angler. You know, folks just starting out, and you have folks that are fishing their entire lives doing it. And I've got one of these imitation shrimp I want to try, but this is about 14 foot of water in there, and this shrimp is weighted. It's a Billy Bay shrimp. It's weighted. It's got a really good color, but it doesn't have quite enough weight to really get it down there. So I'm going to put myself a little overhand knot here, about a foot up from that shrimp. Try to take a split shot or two, some small split shots. Put one in front of that knot. If that split shot slips, come down to that knot and it'll stop. Put two of those on there, way up front, out of the way. See if I can get this bait down deep enough to see if it'll work.
Yeah, they move back here. The mullets move
Decent
back.
one there. Nice one there. Good solid 3.
4-pounder. You call everybody's little until it's yours.
Look at the bait in the water here. The bait's come back forward, fish moved in on them.
That's a good advantage for this 24 Bay Ranger. This boat has 2 nice big live wells. It enables you to call through all these fish and keep the bigger ones.
Without hurting them yet.
Yeah, and we have fish in both live wells. We have some smaller ones up here that we're going to call through. And we hadn't had a fish die yet in the live wells today. I mean, they're just like you just caught them, nice and fresh.
A little better fish. I mean, a 2+. That split shot's just enough to make her sink a little bit. Nice fish.
Fish is 3-pound, easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely 3-pounder there. On the Billy Bay. Billy Bay just sent me a bunch of these, wanted us to try them out. We're fishing a little bit deep water for that bait. That's like a 1/8, it's between an 1/8 and a 1/4 ounce bait, that one. But it's a little deep there, it's like 15 foot. I just stuck a little teeny split shot about a foot up from it, just out of the way, so it didn't affect the way the bait works. And twitched it once or twice. He swallowed her though. He had her way down his mouth, about 3 1/4 to 3 1/2.
This is something unique.
There's one there.
I never sat here and looked at them.
We've never been able to see them.
Water hadn't been that clear. This water's crystal clear.
This is like it was in Panama here.
Little pink shrimp.
They won't eat this. Nice trout, nice trout. I bet they eat that mud minnow now. I took the hook at them.
Folks were sitting here looking at these trout. The tide's changed, actually slacked up a lot, and it's just starting to come in, maybe. It's about 10 o'clock. That's about what, number 60?
Probably 60, yeah.
Yeah. We got a 30 nice 2.5 pound plus. You know, anywhere from 2.5, our biggest today is 3.5. In the live well already.
What a morning. That's all I can say. It was about 30 degrees out this morning. We got out here to Cape Lookout, and very little wind. The wind laid down, the sun come up. It's just gorgeous. The water's gin clear. We're looking at bottom in 10, 12 foot of water. We could see the trout on the bottom. Mike and I were just toward the end of the trip here. We're target casting right to the trout, little pods of trout down there, and went about weightless. Went weightless. Mike started tossing that little, was it a storm?
Storm, yeah.
Little storm, like 3-inch shrimp.
That's a Ricky Kellum special.
That one's for you, Ricky. That, and I was tossing that Billy Bay halo shrimp, a real crystal clear color. That water's real clear today. And I don't know, we probably caught about 70 trout or so.
At least 70. Nice trout.
We kept our limit today. We got our limit of fish in there, about 2 pounds to 3 pounds, maybe a couple over 3 pounds. So, no monsters today. Didn't really see any giant fish caught, but it was scattered up and down the jetty today. You know, folks catching nice trout. So definitely an October, starts in October. You know, ends in usually January each year, and we didn't have to switch up to live mud minnows today. They were eating, surprisingly, with the water temperature sitting in the low 50s. They were eating artificials pretty good. So.
Most of your jetties along the coast by the way, hold trout. That's one thing we have in North Carolina that we don't have, that we didn't have in Florida. We fished jetties there that whole week hard and never caught a trout off of them. So about all your jetties, we heard some guys talking about the Beaufort jetty there and the jetty there to Beaufort Inlet and inside there.
Down south?
Of course, down south, Masonboro Inlet jetty. They have a great trout, speckled trout, great trout fishery also.
That and any other structure. I mean, there's some places have got, rock walls and stuff inside the inlets, and there's a few places like Oregon Inlet's got the bridge just inside the inlet there, and any of that structure, deep water structure this time of year. So.